Oh hey, hello and welcome to this very new and super exciting tutorial. My name is Mr. Popo and we are Popo. We are Popo. I need to find a new dance actually for We Are Popo. It's like, yeah, my name is Mr. Popo and we are Popo. Alright, let's not waste more time. So in this tutorial, I'm very excited because it's something that I wanted to do 2 years ago. Yes, 2 years ago, a tutorial has been delayed 2 years now. And the tutorial that I want to show is Glitch. So it is divided into 3 parts. And today we're going to start with part 1. And then next week it's going to be part 2. And the next it's going to be part 3. So lots of things to learn. Please do not take this tutorial as just a design tutorial, as in if I do it like this you guys will also use the same color, will always use the same thing. No, I just want you to understand the technique, and then the same technique you can use it in so many other projects and tutorial, and you wouldn't be closed on only using it for this design. So this technique, I used it in part 2 and I used it in part 3 and I use it in all my everyday projects, so it's not just for this. So this is a project that I've seen online, and I thought it was really good, and I wanted to break it down to you guys so that I can share the knowledge with you. So without further ado, this is what we are going to be creating. Yeah, boobs, man. Cool. So this was just something that I was trying for my friend Akira, aka Aka Beauty Geek, and yeah, I thought I could share it with you guys. So we're gonna start first with this part, because if you understand this part, then you understand this part, and then you understand the whole thing. So let's go. I already prepared all the materials. You can download them. The Dropbox links is on the link below, description, and yeah, let's roll. So we have a solid as a background. We're gonna call this background. Okay, cool. I'm using a composition that is full HD and that is 25 frames because it's just glitched. I don't really need 60 frames here. And I have a shape layer. I have a text, and I have the other text. So pretty simple things. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start playing with this thing. Okay? So we all know from previous tutorials, or if you don't know, that you're gonna know now. If you want to animate this, there are many ways. Of course you can animate the scale, but it's not going to be really good. What will be good is that to have that shape layer go like this instead of going like that. You know, it's like it scales up from its points. So to do that, I can do it only if I go inside, and I have here inside my shape I have a path. And then I have a keyframe here. So what I need to do, I'll just say after 20 frames, as always, Mr. Popo keyframes, I'm going to put a keyframe, and I'm going to go to the beginning. I'm going to click on one of the points, and then shift select the other point, and I'm going to bring it here. Alright, cool. So I'm going to have this one. Now it's really important that you really see that the speed sucks. I mean, we have the effect, but then the speed really sucks. So to fix that, you always have to use F9 or right click on your keyframe assistant, easy ease. You have to ease your keyframes, or else it's gonna be weird and it's not gonna be nice to see. So yeah. And please pardon me on my English, because I was making fun of my English friends the past week because one of my friends had a birthday and I was making fun of him the whole day, and it's kind of stuck with me, and I don't know, it just stuck with me, and it's not British accent at all. It's a messed up, it's a shit accent. It's not even British accent. I wish if I had a British accent, it's really good, but my accent is just shit because I was just making shit to my British friend who was having a birthday. That said, let's continue. So we have this. Okay, cool, but it's not really cool. So we're gonna use the Popo speed. So I want it to go fast, like boom. Alright, glitchy. So I'm gonna select my keyframe. I'm gonna go to the curve, and I'm gonna really drag this here. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? Let's do a tutorial fully with a British accent. Alright, let's go. As much as I could. And it's gonna suck. Let's try. So, we've got the keyframes. We're gonna go to the curve, and we're gonna make sure that the speed is really fast in the beginning, and that it really slows at the end. Yeah. So as you can see, it really looks good, and really looks better than if it was just like this. See that? Huge difference. That's really good. Now we have this. This is really beautiful. Now what I need to do, I'm gonna do something to the text. So I'm gonna go to my text, and for example here you have makeup art, where you can moves and dudes, for example, or you could just go makeup art. That's more decent, and it's good for tutorials. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna animate this text. Now I could animate this text by just going and trying to mask each and every letter, but that's not really gonna be practical, because I'll have to do it for each and every letter, and that's time consuming, and that's not really something that I like to do. If I can do something, then I'll just do it the easy way as much as I could. Well, I know there is an easy way, so I'll just use it. So instead of going and animating each and every letter, position, opacity, and then randomize the layers, I'm gonna do it the easy way. Well, the easy way I'll have to use something we call animation. Well, you open your layer, and then you have this little thing called animate. Now you click on the arrow, and then I'm gonna bring the opacity, just, you know, so that we start. Now this is the end state. Now I wanted to say that I want you to start with an opacity like this, and I'm gonna go to range selector, and then I'm gonna try to play with start. So you can see that my text start animating one by one, and I didn't need to go and mask each one and animate the opacity and then try to literally move the layers one by one, and that's not really going to be practical. So here I already have it, and I'm going to put a keyframe here, and I'm going to go like 15 frames, and I'm just going to bring it all in. I'm going to easy ease this. So I'm going to offset this a bit. Alright, so that's really good. But what would be really good, because this is glitch, this is random, this is spontaneous, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go inside of this. There is this little anglet here called advanced. I'm gonna open it, and then here I can see randomize order. Now it's off now, but if I turn it on, this is what I'm gonna have. So the letters are gonna start appearing randomly. But the only problem is that the first letters are appearing at last, and that's not really good. So how can I change that? Well, I can change that if I have random seed. So I'm just going to keep on playing, and this is good. Alright, I'm starting to have these first, and then the last part, and that's really what I was looking for. But it's still randomized, and that's good. Alright, so this is good by default. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to close this. This is good. Now I'm going to do this exactly the same thing. I'm just going to go copy this, edit, copy. You select this thing, you go to edit, and then you copy it. Alright. Now I want to do the same thing to this HUDS tutorial. I want it to obviously to come from below, but in the same time I want to you know, to start randomizing the opacity. Now I'm not going to go again and do the mask on each and every letter, so I'm just going to go to the beginning. I'm going to go edit, paste. So I'm going to have here, I'm going to have the same exact effect, but I didn't really need to do it by myself again, and that's really cool. Now another thing I want this text to be is that I want to animate it coming from below. Why? Because I want it. That's it. No more questions. Class dismissed. Alright, I want to come below. But the only problem, I want it 20 frames or 15 frames, and that I'm gonna do the same popo speed again. Alright, just that I want it to be behind. Well, I think that really looks good. I don't know, but I'm really happy with this. Now, the thing that I'm gonna start doing now, I'm gonna start styling this. So styling this is a bit tricky, but that's the whole point about glitch tutorials. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call this title holder. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna say to this text, I want you to look at this. So only show yourself when you are inside this shape layer. Alright? So we'll only be able to see the text when it's inside the shape layer, and I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna offset it. Alright? Cool, now I only see the text when the shape layer is there. Now the thing that I want to do, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna duplicate them, and then I'm gonna hide this. Now what I want to do here is that not only I want it to just opacity, but I want it to come from the side. So I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna move it this way. So what's gonna happen here, if we try to do the popo speed as well, the makeup text will just come and sit down there. Like that. See that? It's really cool, but I'm just gonna make it more faster. Alright? And I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna put it somewhere around here. Okay. Wait. I'm just gonna take this only. Alright? Cool. Now if I show this, it's gonna be a bit disturbing because I can see the text. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to close this one when the other one is coming. But what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take this text, I'm gonna scale it up. This is glitch. You just try to randomize things. I'm gonna take this and then I'm gonna probably copy this color. Or you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this itself, I'm gonna copy this color. Yeah. But I'm only gonna have it here until here. Wait, until here. Yeah, so glitchy. Now same way, what I'm gonna do, this is glitch, you just randomize stuff. Actually the tutorial is kinda done, but I'm just showing you how to style things, how to make it more random. So I'm just gonna go like that, and I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna scale it. I'm gonna scale it to where it was. See that? It's just that this, I really want to come so early. And same thing. Alright, this is it. This is quite done. So now, I'm gonna start styling this. So how are we gonna create a glitch? Well, the first thing you need to do, you're gonna create a new adjustment layer. So right click, new adjustment layer, or you could just select your composition, go to layer, new adjustment layer. Now in this adjustment layer, I'm gonna call this glitchify me. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna go to effect and presets. I'm gonna call this I'm gonna search for an effect called magnify. It's in distort, so I could just select my layer, effect, distort, magnify, or you could just click it from here. Alright, so I'm gonna click it here. This effect was gonna do is gonna create this magnification tool, but I can see that it's really small, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna increase the size of it like that to fill the whole screen. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start creating a kind of shape here. So I'm just gonna create a shape like that, and I'm just gonna bring it here. I'm gonna scale down a bit. This is it. I'm just gonna randomize this. So this is gonna happen at this very moment here, like that. And then I'm just gonna copy this. I'm gonna bring it here, somewhere in the beginning. I'm gonna make this go like that. And I'm really gonna scale this up, like 140. Alright, and then I'm just gonna duplicate this, and I'm gonna bring this one somewhere here. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna bring it here, and then I'm gonna duplicate this one. I'm gonna bring this here. All right. Cool. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep styling this. So what I'm gonna do, just gonna go and bring two videos. You'll have them attached with the files that you can download. It's basically just a pre-rendered glitch thing. We can probably do a tutorial about this, how to make things like that. But for now, I'm not gonna waste time, and we're just gonna use it. I'm just gonna put it on top. And I'm gonna change this to screen. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I kind of like this, and I'm just gonna go and just take this. I'm gonna put it below. I'm gonna cut this here. I'm going to change the mask. Now I'm going to take this again. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to put it somewhere here. I'm going to just bring it here. Alright, and then again, I'm just going to take this, duplicate it, I'm just going to put it here. In the same way, just that this time I'm just going to transform vertical. Yes. Okay, and then I'm going to just take this as it is, I'm just going to drop it. I'm going to say screen. Of course, I don't want the other shit to happen, so I'm just gonna close this at this very moment. I'm gonna bring this in the middle. Okay, so this is how we do the glitch effect. Now I can make this more stylized, and as I just showed on the other tutorial, the Moroccan tutorial part 3, we're gonna use somehow the same effect. So I'm just gonna make a new adjustment layer, and I'm just gonna make this only affect this part, and this one I'm gonna call this cartoonish. So I'm gonna use an effect called turbulence displays. This effect is used for heat, for water effect, for all these things. But what I need to do, I need it to be really small actually. And probably I'm just gonna put it as 7. So we can see just slight distortion. I'm gonna keep this into 80. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna put a keyframe, and I'm gonna toggle hold this keyframe. Then I'm gonna move a bit, and then I'm gonna say this is gonna be 80, and then I'm gonna move a bit, I'm gonna say this is gonna be 40. Then I'm gonna move a bit, I'm gonna say this is gonna be 140. Then I'm gonna move a bit, I'm gonna say this is gonna be 230 and 3. I'm going to move a bit, I'm going to say this is going to be 30. Then I'm going to move a bit, I'm going to say this is going to be 0. So what I'm going to have is this. Well, it's not really as I wanted it, so I'm just going to try to it's too much though. It's just a bit of styling. Alright, so this is how we do the glitch, and this is only techniques number 1. The other techniques I'm going to show them in tutorial number 2, which is really important. It's really important because we're going to learn how Tony Zagora iOS I don't know how to pronounce his name. Tony, how he's going to make, how he does his videos, how he does his glitch and his animations. And the other tutorial we're going to look at how Noble TV did their TF1 one-hit branding TV video. With that in mind, I hope you liked the tutorial. If you have a question, please comment and join the group and conversation in Facebook/WeArePopo and ask questions, share whether ideas or videos that you want me to cover or to reverse engineer and try to tell you how it was done. If I could help you, I would be glad to do that. I like this kind of things. I mean, this is why I'm doing tutorials, just to share whatever I know. So basically anything that I know, you guys know, literally. Well, I wish if I could share more and more and more and more and more, but that's what I'm planning to do. And I'm not gonna die unless I make sure that you guys know exactly what I know and more. With that said, you liked the tutorial. My name is Mr. Popo, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!